What's up, guys? Puckett Mr. X here in New York City.
How's it going?
Really good, man. I just chugged some coffee.
Yeah.
I'm all jacked up. I'm ready to go. We got a 10K tonight for about 8 more hours.
Your near is starting to approach your face.
So filthy.
I was saying to some of the guys in the back, I was like, you look like very French.
Yeah, I feel very French.
Like, I could totally see you outside just eating crepes. And
I'm a big crepe fan. Yeah.
Crepes are awesome. Crepes and Nutella is like one of the best things ever.
Boom. Bomb. I like small apples with some cinnamon in there.
I like chocolate.
Yeah,
because I'm a child.
Yeah, let's cover the apples with chocolate. Sounds fantastic. Let's take a look at the bracket. As we discussed in our commercial break, so many matches still going on or waiting on previous challengers. We've talked to Envy, trying to get an Envy match. We definitely want to see them, especially here in the round 4. Will they play Critical Reaction? And more importantly, round 5. Who is Envy going to be facing off against? Is it going to be Dare? Is it going to be AX? We got Orbit also in that mix, but Envy, I mean, looking at their bracket, anything that would tell you they shouldn't get to the round of 8?
No. There's no way, barring a massive upset, I don't think there's any way they don't make it to the round of 8. I think they have a fairly easy run. I think that Orbit team, if we can just click on, because Orbit has like 2 or 3 teams.
Yeah. Which one are you?
Who are you?
Is this Cosmo and friends? It is. So okay, Cosmo, Facento, Strife, and Demi.
That'll be a pretty good game. If this team can kind of get it to a search and destroy, could be interesting. Facento, pretty good search and destroy player. That'll kind of be their only real chance, though. You know.
Yeah.
They need to. I mean, they need to just kind of get lucky on one of the respawns and really just play for a search.
So let's see here. There's 8 rounds total. So semifinals round of 4. Round of 6 is going to be your round of 8, and then round 5 is going to be, of course, your round of 16. So I think one of the big matches we're looking at is in the round of 8. Will it be Prophecy? Or is it going to be someone like XGN, All Esports coming out? Or on the other side, you know, Noble Impact.
We do have that chance of Noble Impact against Prophecy, right?
Yes, and I'm hoping for it.
Those are the, you know, anytime you can get Parasite going up against Killa, just magical things happen.
Now, I reached out and I asked Sender from Aware to hit us up with the invite. He would be playing against Noble Impact. Of course, Sender, part of Noble before the Impact lineup was brought on. Let's take a look at this full Aware squad, because not a lot of people are giving this team the credit I think they deserve after their recent performance in the 2Ks and 5Ks over the last 2 weeks. Definitely a top 16 caliber squad. They're currently sitting in top 8 in terms of pro points. That's Accuracy, Happy, Lawless is back playing with Sender.
Yeah, you know, they've been grinding every weekend, you know, the 2Ks and the 5Ks. They've been placing pretty well. You know, I don't think they've made it to a Final 4, but they've always been, you know, round of 8, right there on the cusp. I think, you know, this weekend obviously would be huge for them to kind of break through that and to get into the top 4, try and make it into a finals of one of these tournaments, get those points.
We'll see if they can get there. The team they're going to have to get through is going to be Noble Impact. Let's take a look at this roster. We're going to be testing out some of our Columbus graphics, and here is a look at Noble Impact's Miracles. Miracles, former member of Optic Nation. You also saw him on Curse Las Vegas, as well as Farico Impact back when they won the Black Ops 2 World Championship. His first tournament was MLG Dallas. Won that tournament, won a tournament in EGL, as well as the Call of Duty World Championships in 2013. He started his career with back-to-back-to-back LAN event wins.
It's a solid way to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since then, some top 3s. He's gotten top 4. He has not been able to get back into a finals match, though,
and you know,
for quite a while.
He missed out on COD champs for Ghost, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that I think was probably looking at Call of Duty Ghost the entire season, I think that was kind of the biggest shock that the defending champions, you know, didn't qualify again.
And you saw that line, has only finished outside the top 8 once. That was at the U.S. Championship.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, not the place you want to finish outside of the top 8. I would probably trade every other event to place inside the top 8 at that one. But
yeah, it was a bad weekend. Moving on, though, we have his partner in crime, Killa, and Miracles have been the duo for over a year and a half now. You see Killa, he considers himself one of the best S&D players, if not the best S&D player in the game, at least back for Ghost. In Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, He's been an interesting player to watch, and this guy, he definitely has been the king of Hardpoint in the back and Black Ops 2. How does he transition to AW in your mind?
You know, he's playing a little bit different role on this team. You know, obviously when they had Parasite, they're trying to get Karma, make that team again. You know, it didn't work out, but on this new team with Study, playing a little bit of a different role. You know, but I do like Killa. Killa's one of the, you know, when you watch him, you just got to be a fan of Killa.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just great to watch.
He's got energy.
Oh yeah, he's got energy. I mean, he really cares about, you know, the games well. So, you know, Killa, one of the better players to watch. I think their transition's been rough.
Yeah.
Rough, to say the least, over to
They
AW.
left Optic, and Killa's way of doing it was just letting Twitter know before I let Embos know. So, a little bit of bad blood there, at least. There should be if I'm on that Optic squad. But talk to me about their Slayer. Impact, of course, was supposed to be with Parasite. They brought on this guy to be their original fourth. Now he's kind of part of the core three. Yeah, so
they bring on Study to kind of, you know, fill out that. He was going to be their fourth, like you were saying. Obviously, Parasite left. Now he's kind of become part of their core three, Spacely as their fourth. But you see right here, Study won his first major title with Denal Esports, their first tournament together. Thought Denal was one of the stronger teams throughout all of last season. And obviously, you know, second place with that Envy squad at World Champs for Call of Duty Ghost. You know, had an amazing run through the loser bracket. You know, him and Nameless and, you know, Merc, the entire team with Ray, they all played phenomenal that event. You know, one of the younger players in Call of Duty as well, only 19 years old.
Now, this last player was added on Wednesday, I believe, to make it official. Let's take a look at Noble Impact's fourth as they picked up Spacely, bringing him over from Most Wanted, the team that is now Justice. Spacely, longtime buddies with Killa and Miracles. Not a huge surprise to see him on this team. The question for me, will he be as successful with Noble Impact as he could have been with Justice?
You know, that'll obviously with time that'll like kind of prove itself out. I liked that Justice team, to be honest. You know, when we guys were casting before, I thought that was a great squad. With Impact, he's going to need to take a little bit more of a leadership role, I think. Obviously, you know, dealing with, you know, some of the teams he's had in the past, he's kind of been there, you know, strategist, and but going back and forth with Killa, it'll be interesting to see how much control he'll have over that. And in this game, I would say he's playing more of, you know, Slayer type of role. You know, at the beginning of the game, Spacely, watching him play, I mean, one of the first people to have it, he's playing phenomenal, and, you know, just killing everything. I think it's going to be a little bit of a transition for him as well.
Look at those accolades, man. He was the youngest Call of Duty player to be considered a pro at just 14 years old, and then he's never placed outside of the top 8. That just tells me that this man is very young in his career, and already one of the most consistent track records we can speak of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I really loved that 3 that they had with MW, with, you know, him, Huddle, and Slack, 3 young players together. But, you know, now going with Impact and, you know, Killa and Miracle is kind of stepping up, you know, his kind of rank of players playing with. Obviously, those are some of the bigger names in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So it'd be great to see Spacely, you know, really prove himself again.
Does Noble Impact get out of round 3 this time? Let's take a look at the bracket real quick. So right now they're playing FTM. This is normally where they would go out, right? Fortunately, they've now moved up to the 25th seed.
Yeah.
A lot of that thanks to the pro points that Spacely has brought on. Now they have to face off against Aware in the round of 4. Does this team make it to the round of 8 for the first time in our 2K, 5K series?
They're going to need to. I mean, they got the 25th seed. They're going to need to get to that round of 8 to try and crack that top 16 for Columbus. That game against Aware, that's going to be a tough one, though. I don't feel like on first like glance, I don't feel confident about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you just see a match and you're just kind of like...
If this is an eliminator or like a pick'em bracket for the NFL, you're not going with Noble Impact with confidence here.
No, not at all. No.
Chat, what do you guys think? Let us know also on Twitter, guys. You can find him at UMG_Matt.
Yeah.
2 T's. I'm at MLG Puckett, keeping it simple there. 2 T's, yeah. So let us know, my friends. That is the first half of the bracket. Really, Noble Impact, Aware, Envy are the big names to speak of.
Yeah.
I want to keep an eye on XGN. How do Nex and the boys fare with that squad? They're also in the top half. In the bottom half, or at least in our second segment, we're going to see Rise taking the lead here. Rise Orbit, probably the big match going into round 4.
Yeah, you know, Rise has been playing phenomenal on AW. I think Wheats has really kind of... Cyanide is online, yes.
That was our notification. Producer's like, check your notification.
Yeah.
Our boss is playing Destiny, guys. Confirmed.
But, you know, Wheat's been playing extremely well. Chino they got from Noble.
Yeah.
Comes over. I mean, he's been playing phenomenal as well.
Where do you put Chino in your top 20 list? Is he in the top 20 for you?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say, you know, he's near the probably 15 to 20 range.
To 20?
But his stock's rising. His stock is rising.
It's on the way up.
His stock is on the way up. That's what I would say. Looks like we have a real invite. See who it's from.
Oh, it is
Wheats.
from Rise. So speaking
he heard
of
us
this
saying
squad,
good
guys.
things.
Okay, so Rise is going up against Chicken Nugget here in round 3. This is going to be a gruesome battle. Let's take a look at who's on this Chicken Nugget squad.
The Chicken Nugget squad looks like option HV. You got World Star, Vision, and Jumping Jack.
You got World Star. That's a fake gamer tag, as you can see by his level 2.
What do you think of when you see the gamer tag Jumping Jack?
Jumping Jack, ferocity. Obviously, he's going to be a ferocious jumper here in Advanced Warfare.
For some reason, you ever see the movie Tropic Thunder and Simple Jack?
Yes.
For some reason, that's the only thing I can think of staring at that gamer tag.
You never go full. All right, so this is going to be our battle. Guys, if you're watching the stream right now, please turn on esports mode as we'll try and get into broadcaster setup. Mr. X, have you had a chance to play with the new broadcaster mode?
No, I haven't. You know, the last time we casted, everyone was, not being nice and turning it on.
Yep.
But now I think they can. I'm going to tweet them.
This is our last chance to really practice before next weekend. So
I mean,
us casters are taking it just as serious as the players.
I'm just coming in hot.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hit the buttons.
Through my D-pad, my
hit
R button, L button are gonna be on point.
Well, Benson was kind of explaining it to me a little bit. So now for Oracle, Codcaster, Cod Vision.
Yep, Cod Vision's all about that X button.
X button, double tap the X.
Mm-hmm.
B still gets rid of your HUD.
Yep.
Imagine the left trigger still brings up your map.
Fact.
And I believe the left D-pad is something you need to utilize as well.
Yeah,
Ben was telling me.
Yeah, you can use right or left on the D-pad to swap through their player gamer tag as well as their
loadouts and stuff. So. Which will be useful because that's always an interesting talking point, right?
Yeah.
Whether somebody's using stuns, EMPs,
especially when you see anything other than a battle, you're like, all right, first of all, what the hell gun is he using? Second of all, what are these attachments? Because we've seen recently the Amelie being pulled out with some thermal, like a little LMG action.
Yeah.
We're seeing the Bulldog quite a bit, especially in search games. Biolab, we saw it kind of dominate, and there we go. Thank you guys for turning on that broadcast mode. Matt,
all it takes is a tweet.
That was some phenomenal thumb action you just pulled off. Who's the host of this party?
I don't know. I believe it's either Wheats or Pac-Man.
Boom, Wheats or Pac. So this is Rise, a team that's, I think, consistent top 8 right now. They come in with the number 5 seed overall out of all the squads. So. Yeah. Not a big surprise. If you saw these guys at the end of Season 3 heading into the playoffs, they were right at the top the entire season in terms of best ratio and just best performance in the online league. On LAN, they had a very nice performance followed by kind of a less than stellar performance.
And I mean, they've had to rebuild this team since Season 3 playoffs. I mean, they lost Looney to TK.
Yep.
And they lost Attach to Denial. So
so their young Slayers gone.
Right. Both of their kind of main Slayers gone. That kind of left Pac-Man and Wheats kind of put together. Pac-Man, obviously, Call of Duty veteran, been around forever. Still talking about his national championship in
08, bro.
08, man.
It's a long
Call
time
of Duty
ago.
national champion, but obviously one of the better leaders in Call of Duty. Wheats been around with him forever. They're the kind of a real. I guess they're the duo now.
And neither of these guys were superstars. I think we saw Wheats with an incredible tournament at the U.S. Championships that got them into COD Champs. It was really Wheats who took over that match against Curse Las Vegas that everyone remembers over on the side station, and then. I think really both of those guys were outshined by Looney and Attach in almost all the statistical assets going into the Season 3 playoffs. But now Wheat seems to be the focal point of the squad, and I absolutely love him in that main slaying.
Oh, yeah. Wheats and Chino have been crushing it lately. I mean, just in the slaying department. And Pac-Man, has done a lot of the OBJ stuff. I think when we were casting, I believe it was the 5K last week, we saw Pac-Man. He was just... stats were slacking, but he's doing all that objective work. They bait him all day long.
All day long?
It's got to be. I couldn't imagine being Pac-Man. It's got to be frustrating. Yeah. I mean, they're just...
Just let Pac-Man die and then clean him up, man.
Right. They just send Pac-Man in there, just cause some chaos, and then they come in, kill all the people, and then everyone yells at Pac-Man because he's not...
Dude, put up some bigger numbers.
Yeah, but, I mean, that's not his role, and I don't think he really cares, to be honest. You know, I think he's
he's good
fine.
about that at this point. He doesn't care about the numbers, just the result. They have also been the team to be kind of the thorn in FaZe's side in recent history in the 5Ks. Let's take a look at the maps here, as we're going to see Hardpoint Retreat to be game number 1. We're going to see Capture the Flag on Bio, followed by Search and Destroy on Detroit.
Yeah, and I think Hardpoint Retreat's one of the better hardpoints that we have on AW. I think it's actually the hills are pretty good. I mean, you can go that first hill's definitely one that you're not going to get a ton of time on. You're just pretty much going to trade for time. Let's see. Who do you want to start off with, Puckett?
Now, I would love to watch the Rise team, obviously, and I think you're going to want to hit that right on the D-pad. So Matt is going to be driving for the first time, guys. We're preparing all of the casters for next weekend. Welcome to Advanced Warfare.
I just got my
broadcaster mode.
I'm pulling off the lot.
So a lot of people are going to instantly want to go double tap on the X. At times, I prefer only to keep the opposition on there. So I'll let you decide whether you want to double tap it or just keep the team. Or just keep the opponents on here. Right now, we're starting off with, of course, Wheats from the Atlas squad. They will be red throughout this entirety of the game. The Sentinel squad will always be blue, and of course, that is going to be Jumping Jack, You Got World Star, Option, HV, and Vision.
Yeah, this area, that pool building that Chino is trying to control right there, Puckett, it's a huge power spot for this first hill because you get those spawns over on pool side for the next hill, and then you can also, you can pop in and out of there and, contest. So it's a very good spot that he was trying to get control of.
Nice shots coming down from Pac-Man as he's going to try and rotate. That's his first and second. Now sitting even at 2 and 2, working with Diabolic to control that hard point. He's going to leave Diabolic in, and just as he's taken down, we're going to see 3 people pushing in from the Sentinel squad. Very low-scoring first hill, but you can see Chino already set up for hill 2. Yeah,
so you can see where Chino is sitting right here over on pool side. That's the side you want to control right here for this next hill at the turtle statue. That's what everybody calls this area. It's,
Tortuga!
I assume that means turtle in Spanish.
Sí.
Oh, Bax, we don't speak Spanish.
All right, nice shots coming down. Chino taking care of business, finds one, cleans up a second. What do you think of the decision by a lot of players recently to constantly pick up those barrels laying on the ground?
Those barrels, those clips in them, they go pretty quick. The gun has such a high rate of fire that you're going to need tons of ammo, and it's better to actually, it has a slow reload time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but pick up that second gun.
Does Fast Hand speed that up?
A little bit, but Fast Hand's obviously a perk not a lot of people use. I mean, some people are using it because of just their grenades, but you can see right here cycling through. Look at this. If Wheat is using Fast Hand, so obviously I think he was using double nades. Yes, so he'll have that Fast Hands on there because of the double nades. What is interesting, at least to me, is a lot of the players opting to go for that quick draw instead of grip on the bow. Quick draw in this game, it aims in a lot faster, but your bullets don't really connect or start going in that direct area for like a half of a second.
Really?
Like a slight delay, yes.
It's kind of like a hose. Gotta carry that down. We'll see if Diabolic can hold on to the hard point. Right now, it's heavily contested, and Vision is going to win control. You Got World Stars holding it down, as you can see. Option opens things up 13 and 9. His teammate Jumping Jack at 12 and 8. They've been the lead slayers.
Yeah, and this is actually a class that I like. I prefer the Owl with the iron sights. The red dot.
You like the triple attachment there without the red dot?
Yeah, the red dot in this game, it throws me off a little bit. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah. It's definitely been kind of the 2 loadouts. You either have stock in quick draw, or you have foregrip, quick draw, and stock. It never seems to be really a foregrip with that red dot.
Yeah, and this game's actually kind of close, Puckett. Looks like that. I know this, I believe it's the Chicken Nugget team. So they're putting up a pretty good fight here against Rise. Did not see this one coming.
Yeah, Team Chicken Nugget coming out hot. I mean, they're in the lead. Finally, you're going to see Rise come back, tie it up at 6:38 left on the clock. On our screen still is Option. He leads all players with 17 kills already. Let's take it actually over to Wheats, who has now passed to 19 and 9. Almost, there he goes, double positive at the moment.
Yeah, and just picking up huge kills in the hard point right here. They're just doing a great job staying alive. That jump and side dash. so powerful in this game, Puckett. That's what I love about, the aerial movement and being able to, strafe with those dashes.
Dirty is coming down as Diabolic picks up the 2-piece, 3rd piece outside, and he's going to find a 4th to his left. Didn't see it, does spot the opponent inside the hard point, and Diabolic going on a nice 4-kill rampage, just cleaned it up on a 5-kill spree now.
Yeah, and this next hill is going to be huge. Up in this building, up top, it's very easy to get time on this hill. You can control this pool side if they spawn all the way out, or if they spawn to the right, they pretty much have only 2 options to get in. They can go through that front door, or they can go up the back stairs. Pretty easy spots to lock down.
Now, what can you tell me about Diabolic? I'd love to hang out with him for a little bit longer because he's not a name that we talked about at all during Season 3, and a guy that we really haven't seen on the main stage in quite a while.
Yeah, he was kind of quiet towards the end of Ghosts. I was actually kind of shocked when, Rise went and picked him up first. They got him to replace Looney right away.
Right.
But he's a player who can kind of do everything. I would say, obviously not as talented, but I would say he's kind of the same kind of player as Aches is. But Aches, it's, sometimes you'll see him running flags and he'll go, double negative doing strictly OBJ stuff. And then the next game you see him just come out and slay things. But I think Diabolic is a young player with a ton of promise.
Excited to see how far he's going to go here in Advanced Warfare. A lot of new breakout stars are kind of expected to be seen in our first Columbus event. Here you go. Sentinel in control of that middle hard point. Remember when it was tied up, guys? Well, now the Atlas squad doubling up on their opponent's score.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. You saw pretty much right there that Rise was able to take a full 60 seconds on that hill up top in that stair room going back to the middle. This hill plays a lot like Slums' first hill, if you remember from Black Ops 2. You're not really, you're playing for time. Time's obviously great here, but you're mostly playing for spawn and you're playing for that next hill because it's so easy to hold over at the turtle statue.
Yeah, that last 20 seconds, you're all about positioning here. So looking at the mini-map, though, you can see it's kind of in favor of our blue squad. Who is going to be the first to rotate over? Diabolic looks like he's trying to move over. He gets cut down mid-transition. Option's going to milk the old hill, and now you can see those spawns coming across the map. They're going to have to run poolside. I don't know. Sentinel squad in a good position here, but Rise looks like they're going to send 3 guys. So heavy pressure.
Right. So Sentinel, they got a great start over here at Turtle's statue. They were able to kill that one player over on poolside, but they're not really pushing anything out. So Rise is still spawning extremely close to the hill. You see on the bottom of your screen, Rise is spawning pretty much right where Chino popped up right here in that mid-cut area. And now looks like that Chicken Nugget has kind of spawned themselves out in some weird way. I think they just got pinched because they never really pushed out. They didn't get aggressive right there. Diabolic just embarrassing people. It looks like
Diabolic has some of the best reaction time we've seen so far today.
Oh yeah, by far. I mean, some of these battles and these aerial gunfights are just awesome to watch.
All right thumbstick, and you're going to see Wheats just trying to milk this hill. It's going to be up to his teammates to protect. You see 2 of them to his right. Wheats tries to answer to his left. He's taken down 33 and 18 though. 33 and 17 is Diabolic. Everyone's slaying very well with the exception of Pac-Man so far for Rise Nation.
Yeah, that's kind of what you expect from Pac-Man. Has 7 captures to his name, but still doing a lot of that OBJ work. You can see he's just kind of playing for spawns, playing for the hill. That's the type of thing that they need Pac-Man to do.
Is he a flak jacket kind of guy, or what does Pac-Man decide to run?
So he's going to run a double nades right there with overclock. Seems like that's what most of the Rise players are using.
Yeah, double stun seems to be a big favorite among
them. And then I know a lot of people with the fast hands, blast suppressor, toughness class. Blast suppressor, a perk that is an absolute must in competitive play.
Now, toughness, week 1, we saw a lot of players arguing that you don't need it. Nowadays, it seems that everyone is running it. Is toughness a must?
Yeah, those players are crazy.
Okay.
I don't know who was... I believe when we first did, I think Apathy was not running toughness. He said it wasn't really important, but toughness is huge. I mean, with the way, obviously with these players skilled as they are, quick flinch of the gun up, misses 1 or 2 shots, and it's the difference between a kill or a death. So toughness, extremely important perk.
Plus 20 is Wheats right now, 41 and 21. He has come alive. Rise Chino, though, on your screen at the moment. He's plus 6 after that death. Let's go over to Wheats off the respawn if we can. Also going to take a peek at Diabolic throughout this series as we now see the score once again within 50 points, 120 and counting to 164 for Rise Nation.
Diabolic, we've seen him time and time again push hills and get clutch kills in the hill. He has 11 captures to his name, but still, this Sentinel team putting up a very good fight against Rise Nation.
Yeah, especially for round 3. I mean, we're not even in the top 64 yet. This is really impressive stuff from Team Chicken Nugget.
Yeah, I did not expect. No, when you see a team with the name Chicken Nugget, you don't expect great things. You usually expect a
blowout.
Yeah, round 1 or 2 elimination. But no, actually putting up a great fight.
Down to the last 60 seconds, Rise with a 40-point advantage. We're on board with Diabolic. Diabolic rotating around the outside. Meanwhile, at the top of the stairs, Jumping Jack trying to lock it down. Option trying to get in now, and big kills coming in. That was Chino up top. 3 more players as Diabolic picks up 3 and Pac-Man picks up the 4th. Yeah. Rise should have control, and this is game number 1 going to Rise Nation on retreat.
Diabolic and Pac-Man went huge there. You know, I switched on to Jumping Jack on the back stairs, and when he picked up that kill, you know, if he would have had another teammate there to lock down this up top area, they would have made it a very close game. I think they were only down by 30-something points. There was about 45, 50 seconds left when this hill popped up. But, you know, the actually great hills breaking strategies right there from Rise. You know, pretty much just flooded this back staircase. And, you know, Chicken Nuggets tried to force it up the front, and it wasn't working.
All right, guys, so that's going to do it for game number 1 as the final 5 seconds count down. You can see your scoreboard, 46 and 24 for Diabolic is going to top all players on Rise Nation, 219 to 138 overall. Rise with a very nice win on retreat.
Yeah, you know, just a dominating performance from Diabolic and Weeds.
I'm pumped for this team,
Even Chino, just look at the slaying from those 3 guys. You know, 46, 47, and 47. Diabolic finishes on a 7 streak. I believe Chino finished on a 5 streak. So, you know, just dominating slaying performances out of them. Just too much for Chicken Nugget to handle.
So this is awesome. So this was just Hardpoint, right? This is something where all 4 members have to play for the objective. Now we're going to get a chance to see what I think is Rise Nation's strongest game mode. It's going to be Capture the Flag in game number 2. Rise, always known for their early success in these CTF games. Their issue has been holding on to their lead going into the second half. We've seen teams like Optic Gaming upset them after a big lead, but I'm looking for Rise here to clean this one up, a quick 2-0 with a strong performance in CTF.
Yeah, you know, Rise on those game modes like CTF really just comes down to the last few seconds, like you're saying. I feel like sometimes I watch them a lot and they're up, you know, 2-1. And just like the other team just pulls something miraculous.
Just clutch it.
It's just always, just the other team always going huge. So it'll be important to see, you know, Rise step it up and actually put these guys away. You can't let a team like this kind of linger around and have a chance. You got to put them away.
Well, Chicken Nugget, they were in there for a scare. In the end, they were blown out. We'll see if they can bring it back. Game 2 when we return.